For Shinobi, when they go on a mission, being told what to expect up front is one of the most crucial things that factors into the team being selected for the mission and for the mission rank that is going to be given. There's a reason why during the Land of Waves arc that Kakashi was so upset with Tazuna after the Chunin from the Mist Village attempted to attack him, but Kakashi stopped it because the scope of the mission had changed. Well, during the events of Sasuke Shinen, this is very much still the case, but unlike in the Land of Waves arc, there is no Kakashi Hatake there to stop the new Team 7 and to give them the option of turning back after things begin to escalate. While Naruto has said that they're all Chunin level in skill, moments like this prove that Sasuke was right when he told Naruto that he would be wrong to promote Sarada to Chunin, which led to Shikadai being promoted over Sarada. Well, in today's latest installment of Sasuke Shinen, the Teacher Star Pupil, I'm going to share with you guys that moment when Team 7 found themselves betrayed during their mission, which should make any of you guys who want to see Boruto promoted to Chunin think twice about your wish, at least at this point in the timeline. Now, the information is given to us in the Sasuke Shinen novel, The Teacher Star Pupil, which I'll leave links to down in the description box for anyone who wants to read the novel and do so in a way that helps support the channel. Now, it's in this scene here that Boruto's knee-jerk decision to put Team 7 on this mission without running it through the official channels and by Naruto himself, that things are already blowing up in Boruto's face, and in typical Boruto's fashion, when it blows up in his face, it's coming all over the dude's face before the guy can even stop. So let's look at it from this perspective here. So first, Lily leaves out the fact that the assassins who are trying to kill her are going to be posing as one of the 50,000 concert goers who are attending the concert. That's already bad enough. But then after an entire week, she conveniently leaves out that the entire concert is going to be televised by TV cameras all around the arena, which blows up Mitsuki and Sarada's plan to hunt down the assassins in the crowd. They're going to use Sarada's Sharingan to try and spot somebody with suspicious movement. Anybody who might be using chakra, because the Sharingan can see chakra as a color, and the Sharingan can see chakra through obstructions to a small degree. Not to the level of the Byakugan, but to a small degree. And so they're going to try and use Sarada in that way, and then have Mitsuki use his body modification jutsu to yank out anybody who might be a problem. But because of all this left out information, that blows up that plan. Now, it's bad enough that the team has no face to look for among the actual crowd, and the burden of finding these mercenaries rests entirely on Sarada's shoulders, but now they're in a situation where, to make things even worse, their entire plan's been blown up by the convenient info that Lily never shared, stating that she only found out about the cameras the day of the actual concert. But for some reason, she still never told Team 7 in the hours before the concert so they could rework their plan. While Team 7 struggles to adjust, unknown to them, their sensei Sasuke Uchiha, who's taken over for Konohamaru, has arrived back in Konoha and is monitoring things from the shadows. So with things finally being set, is here I'm going to begin quoting. In the arena seats that Lily had got them, Sarada and Mitsuki waited for the show to start. The standing seats were split into 6 blocks of 2 rows and 3 columns. Block A, Block B, Block C were in front, while Blocks D, E, and F were in the rear. Their seats were around the center of Block B, toward the front center of the arena. To blend in, they both had light sticks in one hand, and they had fans in the other hand that read Lily over here and I love you Lily in the other. Mitsuki was covering one of his eyes per the plan. They were to look out for anyone suspicious, but in that moment, everyone looked like typical idol fans. Everyone looked obsessed. Hey Mitsuki, isn't that a TV camera over there? Sarada pointed to the camera crew in the center of the first 4 seats. Lily, she didn't say anything about a TV broadcast. Well, we'll just have to keep a low profile as we look for the assassins so no one notices us, Mitsuki replied. The lights started to go down in anticipation of the start of the concert. Sarada willed herself to relax and open her eyes wide. They shone with a bright reddish glare, and then her pupils sunk like a cat on the hunt. Shadows in the shape of Magatama popped up on her irises like inverted commas. The Sharingan, the unusual power that she inherited from her father, allowed her to see through anything and everything in this world, and now she used it to scan the crowd. Suddenly, Sarada spotted 2 people carrying a metal pipe-like instrument, likely some type of a firearm. but she couldn't see any chakra. I see them, Mitsuki. Guys with a gun. They're probably not ninja. Block F. They're in the last row, Sarada said. Let's go. Mitsuki darted through the audience. The arena was pitch black now, and all the lights were down. But because he kept one eye covered while the lights were still up, his eyes were already accustomed to the darkness. According to Lily, they had about 35 seconds between the house lights going down and the stage lights popping up. They would need no more than 10 to make it to Block F. However, they weren't even out of Block B before the stage suddenly grew bright. Mitsuki cried out. "This isn't what she told us," Sarada snarled. "I swear, that Lily," Sarada shouted. It hadn't even been 10 seconds and already the introductory banter was blaring at them as the smoke spilled from the edge of the stage and onto the audience. "We got trouble! They're on the move!" Sarada shouted, watching the gun-toting men with their Sharingan. "They're taking the long way around. They're probably headed to the right side of Block A. They're gonna shoot from the front row." "But we can't move," Mitsuki groaned. The crowd had turned into a crush of people, pressing in closer from all directions and trapping the two ninja in one place. They couldn't exactly go tossing civilians aside, and if they tried to use any type of ninjutsu, they would be captured on camera and blow their mission. End quote. So what I really love here is the fact that Sarada and Mitsuki immediately get irritated and more suspicious of Lily as the mission escalates right here. They were told they have 35 seconds to make their move. They had less than 10 seconds, and 10 seconds was the time it's going to take them to go from all the way at Block B all the way to Block F at the end of the actual arena, which is pretty damn impressive when you look at the size of an arena. But Sarada does take note of the fact that this was all info that Team 7 would have needed to rework their plan. Sarada has found who she believes to be the mercenaries who have weapons hidden, and they're making their way to the stage, but neither she nor Mitsuki are able to actually make their way to the stage, and their plan of using ninjutsu via Mitsuki's body modification jutsu to stretch out his arms and snatch people out the crowd, it can't be used now because they'll expose themselves as ninja, and they don't know how many assassins are actually hiding in that group of 50 people. Sarada's on very high alert here, and so too is Mitsuki, who's trying to think of a way around the actual situation. But while all this is going on, Boruto had just finished speaking to Lily via the wireless earpiece that was in his ear. Once again, Boruto pushes forward with completing the mission and ignores the red flags that Lily is popping off in his head. She states that everything she's doing now and has done has been according to her master's will. Yet Boruto foolishly thinks that she's referring to her music producer when she says master, which as a shinobi, Boruto should have known better than make any assumptions, especially when his gut is screaming that something's wrong with Lily, and every step of the way there's new information that she did not tell them. Now, I love this moment right here because it shows that Team 7 is in way over their heads, but they're adapting to the situation at hand, and they're actually doing a half decent job at doing so. While their tuning level and skill, their judgment isn't quite tuning level, which means that they aren't quite fit to lead their own teams yet, but they aren't that far off, which is what we'll see in a little bit. However, that's gonna be it for this installment of Sasuke Shinden. I'll be back with another installment soon, but as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. Have an awesome day, guys.